Hello everyone, this is Elaine Vucombs, teacher realtor here in Southern California. Today is Valentine and I would like to share with you something that I am also learning as well from Vatican News. It's Saint Valentine, martyr of the Via Flaminia. So this is something new and I'm actually learning myself, even though I'm born and raised Catholic, but very interesting to always keep learning. So I wanted to share what I've learned today. Um, the Roman martyrology lists not one, but two Valentines for February 14th. The first reads thus: On February 14th, on the Via Flaminia in Rome, Saint Valentine, priest and martyr, after performing various healing miracles and known for his culture, was killed by decapitation under Claudius Caesar. The second one states on February 14th in Terni, after being severely beaten, Saint Valentine was imprisoned, and since his captors, were unable to overcome his resistance, they secretly dragged him out of prison at midnight and beheaded him on the orders of Placidus, the prefect of Rome. The Roman priest. The story of Valentine. The Roman priest dates back to around AD 270, around the persecutions of the Emperor Claudius Gothicus. Valentine was well known for his sanctity, and the emperor, who was intrigued by his fame, invited him to the palace. He offered Valentine his friendship and said he should adore the gods. But Valentino stated courageously and firmly that it was a waste of time worshiping the gods, since Jesus Christ had brought the only true hope and the promise of a better world. The emperor was impressed by Valentine's faith and entrusted him to a Roman nobleman named Asterius, whom he ordered to convert Valentine using mellifluous arguments. Asterius had a daughter who had been blind since the age of 2. Valentino prayed over her, and the girl regained her sight. Faced with this miracle, Asterius converted to Christianity along with his whole family. When he heard about their conversion, the Emperor Claudius condemned Valentine to be beheaded. The execution took place on the Via Flaminia in Rome. He was buried nearby, and soon a church was built there in his honor. The Bishop of Terni. The story regarding the Bishop of Terni takes place about 70 years later. Valentine was invited to Rome by the rhetorician and philosopher Crato, a teacher of Greek and Latin. He had a son named Cleremon who suffered from a physical deformity that forced him to keep his head between his knees. No doctor had managed to heal him. Crato promised Valentine half of his possessions if he healed his son, but during a long nighttime conversation, Valentine explained that it would not be his useless wealth that would heal the boy, but his faith in one true God. Valentine then prayed over the boy, and he regained his health. Moved by this miracle, Crato and his whole family were baptized by the bishop, together with 3 Greek students, Proculus, Ephebus, and Apollonius. Abontius, another student and son of the prefect of Rome, Furius Placidus, also embraced Christianity. We know that Placidus held office between 346 to 347 AD. So this is the historical date we associate with Valentine's martyrdom. Placidus was devastated by the conversion of his son. He had Valentine arrested and decapitated on the Via Flaminia in Rome. The execution was performed at night to avoid the reaction of the now numerous Christian component of the city. After a brief burial on the site of his martyrdom, Proculus, Ephebus, and Apollonius carried the body to the martyr to Terni and buried him just outside the city. But in Terni, the consul Lucentius arrested all 3 of them, and before the populace could free them, had them beheaded as well. When they found out about the execution, the people buried the new martyrs together with Valentine in his tomb. Patron saint of lovers. There are too many connections between the stories on the Valentine of Rome and the Valentine of Terni, including their places of martyrdom and burial, for us not to think they are one and the same person. Both give historic testimonies of faith. Both perform a miraculous healing that causes conversions, and both are martyred by beheading on the Via Flaminia in Rome. It was a Benedictine order that maintained the Church of the Saint Valentine in Terni during the Middle Ages, and that spread the cult of Valentine's Day in their monasteries in France and in England. The tradition of this being patron saint of lovers finds its origins in an ancient English text by Geoffrey Chaucer, according to whom birds start mating on Valentine's Day. In mid-February, in fact, nature begins to awaken from its winter lethargy. So Saint Valentine has become the saint who announces the coming spring, which is why he is sometimes represented holding the sun in his hand. So that was interesting. That's something is new that I've, just learned today. And I hope you find that interesting. And I believe that, Valentine is not just a day for lovers, but a day for love, loving one another, our parents, our siblings, our friends, people loving one another as they love themselves. God's love for us is the greatest love of all. That Jesus died on the cross for us is the greatest of all love. So that will be something for us to reflect on. There's many kind of love out there. And I hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful, blessed day.